everyone, I was asked to make a tutorial on an album that I made, and I'm going to run through the parts and pieces needed for this album. The size of the album measures quarters by 10 1/4 tall, and the spine that I have measures 3 inches. The pages inside lay flat because I'm using Kathy King's Hidden Hinge Plus binding system. You can go to paperphenomenon.com and check out her website to get her tutorial on how to make that. So we'll not be going over the hinge system, but we'll be going over everything else. The pages that I made are actually 8.5 inches wide by 10 inches tall. Some of the pages have pockets, some of them have flaps. All of them have a pull-out, and the pull-out measures 8.5 by 9 3/4. And in the back, a couple of things that I did besides the flaps are a stack belly band. So this comes through here, and stack pockets, and some more stack pockets, and then I did a flip that is a waterfall, so the whole thing will come up. So those are a couple of things I'm going to go over. Start out with medium weight chipboard, and you take two 12 by 12 sheets, and you first make a cut at 9 3/4 to take off that piece, and then you make turn it, and you make another cut at 10 1/4. Do that twice, and you end up with the front and back covers. And then take a piece of a scrap, and the one that I'm using, as I said, is 3 inches wide and 10 1/4 inches long. So now I have the covers made. Next thing I'm going to do is do the pages, which I'm going to call the base pages. So I'm using mostly 8.5 by 11 cardstock, but I will use a couple of sheets of 12 by 12 for covering the cover itself. So for the base pages, I'm going to start with an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. I'm going to score at a 1/2 inch on both sides, another 1/2 inch on the 11 inch side. Okay. I'm going to fold these down, these flaps down, I'm going to burnish. And I have 5 pages in this mini album. And I'm going to take another sheet of 8.5 by 11, and on the 11 inch side, I'm going to cut off 1 inch. I'm using Art Glitter Glue, which is a great product, dries fast. I'm going to put some glue along the edge. I'm going to take the 8.5 by 10 inch sheet, I'm going to stick that down. Make sure to burnish. I'm going to glue the other side, the other flap. Up with is a tube. The tube is your base page. What happens is that your binding, pretend that's your hinge. Your hinge on one side would go inside the paper base page. This would be a little bit too long. So your hinge would go inside there, and then the other sheet of paper would slip here for your pull-out. Okay. Now from that base page, everything gets built, whether it's a flap or a pocket or whatnot. So I'm going to make 5 of those. So now that I have all 5 of my base pages put together, I'm going to work on the pockets. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take another 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and I'm going to make the first cut on the 11-inch side at 9.5. Okay. After I cut that off, I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to line this up for 4 1/4, which is exactly half of the width of the paper. Now I have 2 pieces that I'm going to take. There's going to be 2 pockets. I'm going to take this, and each one of them I'm going to stick in my scoreboard. And I'm going to score on 3 sides. One long side. Okay, at a 1/2 inch. And then both of the short sides at a 1/2 inch. Okay, we're going to do that to both. Next thing you're going to do is take your scissors, and where the 2 lines intersect, you're going to cut diagonally across them. Do the other. So that what you end up with is this. Okay, and you're going to take the top, and you're going to miter. That's what you ended up with. Okay? And once you're with those, what you do is fold back on all 3 of those 4 lines. When you place glue along those 3 flaps, now all of a sudden you have a pocket on your base page. We're going to put glue on all 3 flaps. You started out with a 9.5 inch page. When you scored a 1/2 inch on both sides, that takes up a full inch width, and now you have the same width as the 8.5 by 11. So we're going to end up with, a pocket right there. For the flaps, what I did for the flaps is I took an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and I cut it right down the middle of the 11-inch side, so you're going to cut it at 5.5 inches. Take those. You end up with a piece that is 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches. Take those and the score on the 5.5 inch side, just on one side at a 1/2 inch. Take each of those ends and miter the edge. Okay. Just do this quick. So just miter the edges. Doesn't matter, one of your other pages, and on the opposite side of the pocket I'm going to add some flaps. So add them however you like. If you like them to be at the top, at the bottom, opposing, whatever you like to do, just add them as you want. I'm going to do this one almost just slightly off of the bottom. Make sure you burnish. well. Okay, if you were going to double up your hinge pages, what I would suggest is that the folded part of the flap nestles in right next to the bump of the prior hinged page, so that when you set it there, it will still have room for the other one to fold over and lay flat. So let's glue this one. Now they overlap enough where you could add a magnet if you like to hold them closed, or you could add a swing hinge, something where it would be connected and then swing over top of this one to hold it closed. There's so many different ways that you can do it, but anyway, that's the flap. The other side has the pocket. Don't forget, this is still a tube, so the tube can have the slide out down to 9 3/4 because the page is 10 inches long, and I'll be able to fit the slide in and out easily. Let's see, I'm going to use the deco punch for this one. This is the We Are Memory Creepers. It has deco on one side and stub punch on the other. So now this is my page, and it'll end up sliding right in there.